The Los Angeles Dodgers have the next pick. 1,035
OPS for Wildcats. He hit with a wood bat as well. 7 home runs at the Cape last summer to rank 3rd in the league.
St. Louis Dodgers select Bobby Miller.
Series last year, taking a no-hitter into the 9th inning of the clincher of the Super League against South Carolina. He was literally starting with the
It's like this. I doubt it, but you still have your other
It is every Little Leaguer's dream to hear their name called in the MLB draft. This is Bobby Miller with family by his side celebrating last night after the Dodgers selected the 21-year-old pitcher from the University of Louisville in the first round. Hugs all around for a guy who went 15-2 in 2+ seasons at the U of L. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another stay-at-home edition of Access Sportsnet Dodgers. I'm John Hartung. Let's welcome in the Dodgers' 17th round draft pick from 1979. It's Orel Hershiser, who's joining us from Las Vegas as we meet the Dodgers' 2020 first-round pick, right-handed pitcher Bobby Miller. Bobby, congratulations. Welcome. I know you were a Cubs fan growing up, about an hour outside of Chicago. But did you have any feelings about the Dodgers prior to them selecting you last night?
I mean, I've always loved the Dodgers for such a long time. And last night, I didn't know exactly where I was going to go. And once I got that call, I mean, no matter not even a second, I just said yes. I've always been a huge fan of the Dodgers, and I couldn't be more happy about where I ended up. I wouldn't have rather went anywhere else.
Bobby, a historic lesson for you. I was drafted in the 17th round, but on day one of the draft, my fraternity brothers told me that I was drafted in the 2nd round, played a prank on me. On day 2, I was finally drafted in the 17th round. When did you get the heads up to get the TV cameras, to get all the hats of where you possibly could go when you started to think maybe I got a chance to go in the 1st round?
Yeah, I mean, there was always like some mock drafts that were posted me going in the 1st round. Obviously, I never knew if that was going to be true or not because not all these mock drafts are perfectly accurate. About last week, I got a call from MLB Network saying they were going to be sending the 30 hats and the camera. The first person it was for Reed, and I had to put on his hat last night. That was his size. It was a little tight squeeze on my head, but I mean, it's all right. Just happy I got to put on that Dodgers hat.
Well, I thought it was funny, Bobby. You were talking about last night, a story you and your dad, you actually went to a Dodger game a few years back. How did that come to be?
Yeah, I was in California for the area code tournament, underclass. And I wanted to go to a Dodgers game, and my dad took me to a Dodgers game. And I mean, being in that stadium, seeing the fan base, seeing how electric it was, obviously how successful the program has always been. And after that, I was like, I would love to be a Dodger one day. And I mean, when that time came last night, me and my family, we couldn't have been more happy. I mean, it's the best program in baseball, and I'm so happy I had this opportunity.
Let me take you back to March 7th, your last outing against Wake Forest, 6 2/3, 9 Ks. You know, you've been down and locked in quarantine. What have you improved on since that ND, but it was a really good outing?
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that outing. I thought I showed all my pitches that game. I thought I threw all of them for strikes, and I was holding my velocity that game. But, I mean, I've still been improving ever since. Just trying to take this time during quarantine and during this coronavirus situation just to get better, and that's the best thing I can do right now.
And, Bobby, you have a teammate, Reed Detmers. He was drafted by the Angels just down the road with the 10th overall pick. That's quite a 1-2 punch you guys had there with the Louisville Cardinals. And I know preseason you guys were ranked either number 1 or number 2 in every publication nationally. Do you sit back every day and think, gosh, what could have been with this team this year?
Oh, no doubt. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it. It's sad to see it end so early, seeing we only played 4 weeks of the season. But, I mean, our rotation, our bullpen, our offense and defense, we were getting better every single week. And we were just getting started, and that was the scary part, especially for other teams. I mean, we were getting better every single week, and especially Reed, seeing him going 10th overall, I mean, I couldn't be more happy for him. That dude's gotten better every single year and every single start he has, and he's going to be a big leaguer real fast.
Speaking of getting better, you had a motivation to kind of prove some people wrong, and and I've watched you at 6'5". It takes a while to get that lever system completely coordinated. It takes a little while to get strong enough to move it, but once you do, the velocity comes like it did with you, and then the accuracy comes. Is that what you've been feeling?
Yeah, during this off season, I had to make a lot of adjustments, especially mechanics-wise. I had to fix that a lot. I added another pitch, and my command got a lot better, and it just made it a little bit easier to hold my velocity as well, and it just started working out a lot better for me this year.
Well, Bobby, Orel Hershiser, one of the great pitchers in Dodgers history, also in 1988, had one of the greatest seasons of any pitcher really in the last 50 years. But he's the first one to admit he never had 98 miles an hour in his toolbox. So take us through your entire repertoire, what you have and what you're still working on.
I mean, building up to that 98, I got to give a lot of credit to our strength coach, Zach Farrell. I was not throwing anywhere near that coming into college, and he put a lot of strength on me. And pitch repertoire, like what I'm going through right now, with the 4-seam, 2-seam, changeup, slider, and curveball. I still got lots to work on with some of those, especially a slider and curveball, getting those as 2 different shapes. Right now, I can do the velocity difference good between them two, but I'm still working on getting those on 2 separate shapes right now.
Dodgers have a guy in their rotation right now who throws 98. Bobby's name is Walker Buehler. You were saying last night he's actually your favorite pitcher in the game right now. What is it about Walker Buehler that really draws you to him?
I mean, obviously his stuff is unreal right now, but just how electric he is on the mound, and I see a true competitor when I watch him pitch, and everybody loves to watch a true competitor, and how he's got that nice attitude on the mound, and I love to watch that too. And it's kind of what I think I do on the mound myself too. I like to be the most competitive guy on the field, and when he's on the mound, there's absolutely no doubt that he's the biggest competitor on the field.
Last thing for you, Bobby, I was reading one scouting report last night after the Dodgers drafted you. It said that you have better stuff than your teammate Reed Detmers, who went 10th overall to the Angels, but that maybe he's more polished than you at this point. So what do the scouts tell you? What are coaches telling you that you need to improve upon so you can take that next step and realize your dreams?
I mean, we haven't spoken a lot about that yet. I mean, with a lot of my stuff, I have to show a lot more of it. Reed, a lot of times when he's on the mound, sometimes he doesn't even need his other pitches. He can throw just fastball, curveball, and get any single batter out he wants. I mean, I feel like people don't notice how good his changeup and slider really is. Those are 2 very elite pitches that he has. But sometimes, I mean, he only needs his fastball, curveball, and he can still get everybody out with that. And he doesn't try to throw it hard. He locates his pitches wherever he wants, and it just turns out so good for him. I'm happy for him.
Well, I know Dodgers Vice President of Scouting Billy Gasparino thinks, Bobby, you're going to have a fast track to the big league, so hopefully we will see you here in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium very soon. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, guys.
One player of the game. Well, Bobby Buehler, the stuff was electric. Fastball was there, changeup right there to brick house. I mean, the fastball had run, the breaking ball was sharp. He moved it in and out. It was his day, and that's what happens. He rolled.